I wanted to go over Luke Skywalker in Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is Mike Zero here once again. If you guys are new here to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, it is greatly appreciated. Now, I keep getting a big question on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc. Will Luke Skywalker turn to the dark side, or is Luke Skywalker the villain in The Last Jedi? And it's quite the unthinkable thing to imagine now, isn't it? Luke Skywalker, of all people, the villain of the sequel trilogy, specifically in The Last Jedi, turning to the dark side? Though I don't think he will be turning to the dark side fully, and also I don't think he will be the villain, quote-unquote. However, there is something very creepy that lies within all of the Star Wars theatrical posters. Now, as you all know, in every single theatrical poster, the main villain looms over our heroes. So let's look at the first one. We have Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, with Darth Maul looming over Qui-Gon, Anakin, and Obi-Wan. Now, in Attack of the Clones, there's really no villain here. Some people would like to say that maybe Anakin Skywalker is like this pre-villain in the poster, but there's really no villain here in this poster, so let's skip that one. In Revenge of the Sith, we have Darth Vader looming over Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan. Now, in A New Hope, we have Darth Vader as well, looming over both Luke and Leia. Same thing in The Empire Strikes Back, Darth Vader looming over the heroes. And even in Return of the Jedi, we have Darth Vader looming over Luke Skywalker, Han, and Leia and the whole entire crew in that film. And then as we go into Star Wars The Force Awakens, who is the biggest figure here once again? We have Kylo Ren, looming over Rey, Han Solo, Finn, Poe, Leia, etc., you name it. Now, as we go into Star Wars The Last Jedi, alright, we have Luke Skywalker himself looming over Rey, Kylo Ren, Leia, Poe, Finn, all of the heroes and villains. What's going on here? Did Luke Skywalker turn to the dark side? Is he the villain of The Last Jedi? Is he the true villain and Snoke is perhaps just a misdirect and this is to surprise fans? Well, let me say one thing here, that this could be a possibility, but not like you're thinking. I don't think he will be the villain, quote-unquote. However, I think that Luke Skywalker may at some point in time be perceived as a villain through Rey's point of view, where Luke Skywalker isn't truly a villain, but he may be seen as a villain for maybe some revelations that come to light of past events that actually reveal some of the actions by Luke Skywalker, maybe even some mistakes back in the day for all we know. But here we do have some symbolic pieces. We have Luke Skywalker, red on one side, and teal or bluish on one side. Yes, that's from the glows of the lightsaber by Rey and Kylo Ren, for sure. However, everything about a poster is always symbolic, and when we're looking at that, it's as if he's battling between both the light and the dark side. Now, if you even look at that IMAX standee that we got a couple of days ago, right after the trailer dropped, we do have Luke on the hero side and Luke on the villain side as well. Yet again, you know, it makes one think, did Luke Skywalker turn to the dark side? I don't necessarily think so. I think it's just that Luke Skywalker is battling from within, you know, against the light and the dark. I think that his legacy is to be a part of both the light and the dark. And that's what we're also seeing here in the Last Jedi poster, is that Luke Skywalker may have this conflict within himself. You guys may even remember this headliner by EW, where they wrote a little article on Luke about how can Rey save Luke from his darkness. That's what it said, can Rey save Luke from his darkness? And by darkness, they don't necessarily mean the dark side per se, but they do mean these terrible thoughts that Luke Skywalker has etched into his head from the past, what he has gone through, and he still seems to be battling with that within himself. So I think that Luke Skywalker here on this poster, him looming over our characters, could be a key clue that perhaps, alright, maybe he's not the villain, quote-unquote, but perceived as a villain. Maybe he burned down his own Jedi temple and killed his own Jedi students. Maybe that's one of the revelations that comes to light, and that shocks both Rey, and maybe that's what turned Kylo Ren to the dark side for all we know. So guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments section. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.